Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And folks, this one may get ugly. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So yesterday, there was a pretty big game that took place between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Philadelphia 76ers. They weren't the only teams that played. The Milwaukee Bucks played. The Atlanta Hawks played against the Houston Rockets. But the big game of the night was really the game between the Lakers and the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, going into that game, the Philadelphia 76ers were extremely shorthanded. Andre Drummond didn't play. Joel Embiid didn't play. Paul George didn't play. So going into this game, looking at the fact that the Lakers started the game with their full bevy of players, and they also had Anthony Davis as well, although he left the game after 10 minutes in the game, one thought that this game would have been a cakewalk. But it ended up being the opposite effect. And I was tuning in and tuning out. But then I think towards the end of the first quarter, who did I see check into the game? It was none other than Bronny James. Now, prior to the game, there were highlights of like LeBron, guarding Bronny. They kind of playing around before the game tipped off, right? So I was very surprised to see him in the game, right? So Bronny checks into the game, and immediately he's put on Tyrese Maxey. And I'm like, they really gonna have him guard Tyrese Maxey? And Tyrese Maxey started cooking him. He hit him with a baseline fadeaway shot. I was like, goodness Lord, right? And Bronny he really ended up getting the best of Bronny. And then Bronny ends up finishing the game, playing 15 and a half minutes, going 0 of 5 from the floor, 0 of 3 from 3, didn't attempt any free throws. He did have 3 rebounds. He did have 1 assist. He had 1 block, but he did have 3 turnovers. And after the game, the internet absolutely ripped into Bronny James. Like, it was a bloodbath online. And I want to read today. We want to read from 2 accounts online. We want to read a post from House of Highlights, and we want to read a post from NBA on ESPN and really get into the comments. So let's get into what the reaction was after Bronny James's game here. Let's get into the reaction now. Okay, so let's look at this House of Highlights post. It says LeBron guarding Bronny pregame, right? Let's go to the comments. One person said, "That's the problem, Bronny. You smiling, missing every shot instead of locking in, trying to knock it down." Another person said, "Bron just trying to get a monumental clip and Bronny bricking everything." The lethal shooter said, "This has to be a priceless moment as a dad." I'm assuming he said that before the game. Another person said, "As a dad, I'll be happy as hell, but Bronny needs to lock in." Another person said, "That boy is feeling the pressure." Another person said, bro, making LeBron worse. So that was what some people said on that post. Let's go to the NBA on ESPN. They now actually posted a thumbnail. It's the second thumbnail where they actually showed his 0 of 5 from the field. And it says, JJ still has confidence in Bronny despite his performance in the loss in Philly. One guy said, leave him in the G League for the rest of the year. Treat it like his sophomore year in college. Another person said, Bronny ain't the first person to do this. 6 and 7 year players doing the same thing. Another person said, stay the course. One guy said, worst player in the NBA right now, debate a wall. Another person said, shooting too many shots for 15 minutes. Let the game come to him. Another person said, life banned to the G League for Bronny. And then the comments just started going on. Just kept on going on and on and on and on. What are my thoughts about this? Bronny, funny enough, recently came off a career game in the G League, right? He came off a career game where he played very well. Bronny even had a poster dunk in that game. I was like, yo, son really getting it in. Like, he got a poster dunk, and it was like a real dunk. It wasn't no faking the funk. It was a real dunk. I was like, wow. And if you look at Bronny's G League numbers for the South Bay Lakers, he's averaging 13.5 points per game, on 36.6% shooting from the field, 21% from three, 66.7% from, let's say 67% from the free throw line. He's getting you 3.4 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 3.1 turnovers, and 1.1 steals a game. But he's much more productive at the G League level. Okay. At the NBA level, it's not even worth discussing. And this obviously has to do with him not playing any minutes. He's averaging 0.3 points per game, 0.4 rebounds, but that goes really down to his minutes. He's averaging 3.5 minutes a game, so he's not really playing. But when he does play, he doesn't seem to be ready to be at the NBA level. What are my thoughts about this? I really don't know what the game plan is for Bronny James. I don't really know how they intend to go about developing him. I know that whenever he has moments like this, is going to be talked about. And I think that that's because he's being promoted by the media, number one. Number two, he is LeBron's son. So regardless of the fact that he's a 55th pick, he's still LeBron's son. So he's a lightning rod for attention. I also think that it's important that people have the ability to voice their views on Bronny's performances, whether they're good or bad. I don't think that you should only talk about him when he does good, or if he does bad, you're supposed to just say, oh, no, he did well. I don't think that's good reporting. I don't think that's good journalism. And I don't see how Bronny James is going to get better when he doesn't receive constructive feedback. So for the people out there saying that you're hating, no one is hating. We're just pointing out what really happened. Had Bronny James gone out there and had a stellar game where he had 15 points, 12 points, or whatever it is, or even 8 points off the bench, I think people would have pointed that out. Certainly big media would have, right? But to try to dress it up and say, oh, no, it's not this. You're hating. You shouldn't really be talking about this. This is hating. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Right, I think that's absolutely ridiculous. And his coach also said he didn't play well. We're going to get to those comments in the subsequent show. Well, obviously, it depends on the order which you're watching these shows here today. But for me, man, look, I don't expect much from Bronny. Coming into this season, I expected him and his father to have the father and son moment. But now that the moment has been had, I don't really know where all of this is going. Some people are saying that, he was under a lot of pressure playing on a televised game. Yeah, that's what every pro does. Now, is there added pressure to playing with your father? Of course there is, but it's what you signed up for. You certainly signed up to do it, right? Bronny obviously doesn't need the money. His father already said that, but you signed up to it. Nobody forced you. Rich Paul and all of these guys have said that this is this guy's dream. So it's not like I said Bronny's being pushed into something he doesn't want to do. Bronny clearly wants to do this. So if he wants to do this, I don't see how we need to feel sorry for him. The emotions that he's feeling is what every rookie will feel. And it takes some rookies a long time to score. It does. And whenever they score their first buckets, it's a momentous occasion. I think they end up getting the game ball or whatever it is. So look, I think people talking about this, they have the right to talk about it because it's what happened. And I don't think anybody should be silenced for saying, hey, Bronny didn't play well. Why would you silence people for voicing their opinion based off of what they saw? But this is just my take on it. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.